My name is Amber Wood. I'm a 32-year-old veteran, a single mom, and I am the chapter director for the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition in San Antonio. I am also a junior at UTSA and a communications major with a concentration in public relations. After graduation, I have a 5-year plan that ends with me working in sports PR for the NHL in Canada. As a veteran, I pride myself on my ability to react rationally in an emergency. While many of us are trained to react that way, I found that it comes naturally to me. In October of 2015, I was on I-10 preparing to exit onto 35 North when a pedestrian made an attempt to run across the highway and was struck by a vehicle, thrown into the air, and as everyone came to a screeching halt, landed about 100 feet in front of me. There were 2 vehicles ahead of mine in my lane. None of the vehicles were moving and no one was reacting. I reached for the handle of my door, and that's when I felt the adrenaline kick in. Suddenly, the world around me, all of the noise and distractions, dropped away. It also cleared my mind of all the internal noise and thoughts, and I could see and think clearly and precisely. As I moved to the man, I knocked on the window of the first vehicle and instructed the driver to call 911. I approached the man on the ground and began to assess his injuries. He was clearly in immense pain. As others began to get out of their vehicles and come to assist, I naturally took lead and began giving instructions. While I spoke to the injured man to keep him conscious, I simultaneously ordered 2 men to secure his head and neck, and another man and woman to direct traffic to get vehicles moving so that first responders could arrive. I kept him talking and comforted him, and kept him still until EMS arrived and on the scene and took control. Once first responders arrived, I went back to my vehicle and continued the trek home. I found out later that night, while watching the local news, that he was in stable condition and was expected to make a full recovery. With all of my military experience and experience currently working in public relations, it was difficult for me to set goals for this course. However, I would like to gain an academic understanding of the foundations of communications, improve my understanding of my communication skills, and identify what needs to improve, and create and implement a plan to improve the areas where my communication skills are lacking.